What's up, YouTubers? What's going on, you guys? Hey, I'm really excited about today's video, man. This is it's a pretty powerful one. So, you know, we're waiting on our Facebook fam to come online and then get ready to go. And once we do that, we'll be ready to go. So I'm really excited. I'm excited. Today's video is: do you realize and understand the power of true intent? Here we go. Here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is working. We'll find out here after it's done. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the power of true intent. This is your guy, DeMarcus Tunstall. I am here to help you out and go over today's video. Right now, I'm checking to make sure that this video is up online and moving because it's not looking like it's working right now. If it is, we'll keep moving. If it's not, I'll figure the rest out. So, yes, we're going live. Perfect. So, let's talk, man. I'm so excited. So, you guys know I went to see Eric Thomas this weekend. And Eric Thomas is one of the guys that when I first started getting into personal development, he was one of the guys that I started listening to. He was one of the guys that I intently got into because the way he says things, how passionate he is, how true it is. It's not a matter of that he's just trying to make money. He actually feels like, I feel like he's trying to actually put something of value into the world and to help people, right? So, not only that, is that in this whole situation of him, he also had my other boy, which is Inky Johnson, which is another person I found whenever I was kind of going through my personal development. I was searching YouTube, and I pull up motivational videos. And I found the story of Inky Johnson, which is another powerful brother who I got a chance to hear him speak, which he was phenomenal. So I got two out of my motivational video, motivational speakers list. I got hit two of them this weekend, and it was beautiful. These guys worked together seamlessly. Powerhouse. Eric Thomas talked about Inky Johnson and what made him special. It was just a great, great time. And I'll go into some of that later this week. But first thing I want to do is I want to go over something more important, and that is the power of, and because I want to know, do you realize the power of intent? Do you realize and understand the true power that intent has? The true intent, the intention that you have. Do you realize the power that that has? Now, a lot of you may or may not even understand, oh yeah, no. But let me explain to you exactly what I'm talking about. Most of the reasons why people aren't successful in life because they haven't set goals they haven't set goals big enough for them to go and reach for it. Things that may not be in their reach right now, but as they ask for it, it becomes true because the universe sees that you actually intently want it and it will make it happen for you. We waste a lot of our time on something simple like, oh, I want a new job, I want a new car, but it goes much further than that. It's much more than just these little petty things that we're asking for, which may not be petty to us, but there's so much more we can ask for. There's videos and audio tapes and books out there about what happens whenever you get really specific and really intentional about what you want, and what happens when you put energy into that, and you put feeling into that, and you focus your mind on that, and how it always comes to pass. But maybe not in the way that you thought. Now that's key. Maybe not in the way that you thought. Now, let me go ahead and explain something else. So, I went to see these guys, right? And I paid my ticket, and I was there in the event, and I'm writing stuff down and everything else, and I was really excited. Well, something beautiful and amazing happened. Now, let me show you. Let me pull this up here. Here's what happened. Okay? So, if you look at this is my man E.T., okay? Next to me, we're sitting up here on the stage here. Ignite the Dream is the name of the conference that we're at, and so that is what you see right now. That's what picture I got to take with them. I have a couple of them. I don't know if it'll let me scroll through them or not. There's one that I got a chance to talk with them a little bit. Nope, that's the wrong one. So, nope, that's the wrong one too. Sorry. So we'll just leave it at this one because that's ridiculous. But so you see me on stage with Eric Thomas. And so that other picture, that was a long time ago. I was actually in shape then. But anyway, so we're talking about now. So you see that Eric Thomas, that picture, right? Good. So here's what happened. Eric Thomas was actually here in St. Louis. And he was here in St. Louis on June 24, 2018. The reason I know that's because I actually did the research and I wrote it down. And he was here for a series called Take Control. And what was big about Take Control is they said the reason why someday... Okay, so he had us make a list of things that we wanted someday, right? And he said the reason why our someday is because we haven't taken our control, which is a pretty big deal. And there's another quote that he had at that seminar. He says, remember, he said that if you don't take control, then another man will take control of you for you. In meaning that you're a vessel full of potential, and if you're not going to use it, somebody else will, right? So he had us write down a list of things that will happen someday, things that will happen someday in our life that we want to happen someday. And so I did that. Not only did I do that, I took it a step further. I took the heading off of his thing, and I put it on this sheet that I printed out for myself. And I hung it all around my house. These are about 4 or 5, 6 of them, 7 of them around my house in key spots where I walk out the door, come in the door, whatever. So I want to read something to you. I want you guys to see something, okay? So on here, on my Sundays list here, if you look at number 2, I'm still working on. I'm working on it. I will always work on it. Number 1, I do want my own family and kids. You know, with a trustworthy wife. I want that. I want to get in the best shape of my life. I do want my name to be. I want my friends and family to be financially free because I'm going to help them do that. But number 5 here, number 5, I'm going to share the stage with E.T. and other powerful speakers. That was in June 2018. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't know if it was going to happen. Actually, I did because I asked for it. So what I want you to think about is this. In June 2018, I asked to be on stage and put out in the universe that I will be on stage with E.T. and other powerful speakers. Now, when I wrote that, here's what I meant to write. I will be on stage presenting as a motivational speaker with Inky Johnson and E.T. and Les Brown and all these other powerful speakers. I will be one of the people with them to inspire the world. That's what I meant, okay? But that's not what I wrote. What I wrote is I'm going to share the stage with E.T. and other powerful speakers. Now, Eric Thomas had to leave. Inky Johnson had to leave early, right? Because his, some wife complications, whatever. His wife's in the hospital, by the way. Pray for him. But I want you to look at this. Let me go back to this thing because this is big. So I want you to look at this. Look at what I'm doing right now. I am sharing the stage with E.T., Eric Thomas, which is exactly what I asked for. So you have to realize something. And this is more powerful than you could ever imagine. And if you can understand this, then you'll be more successful in your life than you ever could even imagine. And it's not about being successful, about making all the money. What it's about is about getting everything that you want out of life and everything that you deserve. So I asked to be on stage with Inky Johnson, I got it. Eric Thomas, and I got it. So you have to be very specific with what you're asking for and be very deliberate with what you're asking for if you want it to happen. So now I'm going to go through here and I'm going to change my list up. And I want it to be more specific in certain areas because I want to be on stage speaking with them. Not just on stage giving them a high five, telling them how great he is and everything else, which happened because I asked for it, right? So the intent, when you put intent out, what you're actually putting out with intent is you're actually taking a wish or desire. You're putting energy behind it, which means that you're putting feeling behind it and what you want. You're putting all the words behind it, and you're asking for it, right? So why is that important? Well, I want you to think about things that you worry about. Have you ever noticed that sometimes whenever you're worrying about something, it comes to pass? Whenever you're worrying about, not having enough money or not how to pay your bills or that you're going to lose your house or whatever, or your boyfriend or girlfriend's going to do, have you ever noticed what you worry about happens? The reason that does is because we're taking a thought and we're putting energy behind it. We're putting feeling behind it. I posted a quote about this earlier today. That when we put the intent behind it, not the intent, the feeling behind it, and we start focusing our mind on what we don't want, our mind doesn't know the difference, even though we know we're telling it we don't want it. But like, man, it's going to happen. Man, it's going to happen. By saying that in that negative space, you're literally giving power to whatever you're asking for because you're asking for it whenever you're worrying about it. And that's why it comes to pass. Whenever I left my job at Vivial, I actually was asking for, I was like, man, I'm about to get fired. I'm going to get fired. And guess what happened? I got fired. But I found other things. But it wasn't about that. It's about the intent I was putting behind what I was thinking in my head. I was thinking about the negative things because it was a cutthroat industry. They were getting rid of people left and right. They had to get rid of me. So in my head, I was already gone. And I'm worrying about it. And they're putting the intent out there. But at the same time, you can do the same thing with something positive. You can actually put some energy behind something positive and be honest with yourself about what you want in life. So what I'm saying is this. Intent is uberly powerful. Sit down and make a list of 3 or 4 things that you 100% want. And I want you to read them out loud, and I want you to write them down, not print them up. I printed this one up so I can see it, but I still write these down. I want you to write them down by hand every single day. And the reason for that is because now you're giving your mind a reminder of exactly what you want every single day. As you write it, and you say it out loud, you're putting energy into it. You're putting feeling into it. When I do my videos, I talk about how intentful I am. I'm putting energy into this. And that's how you achieve the next level of success, and you get what you want. So that's all I want to tell you guys today, is that anything is in your grasp. You could do almost anything in this world. This is a new world. This is a world that we've never thought of before. There are more millionaires made overnight than there has ever been before. There are more successful people. We're able to help other countries because of the internet, so we know what's going on in other places. All of this is because that we've grown as a society, but we still have the same old mindset that we don't deserve it. If you don't deserve it, and your body and your mind don't think you deserve it, and you're not intentional, then it's not going to become anything that you have. You're not going to have it. So put your intent behind it. Put your energy behind it. Put your focus behind it. Put your thoughts behind it. The positive, not the negative. And watch what happens in your life. If you want a man, the universe will send you a man that'll be just like the other man that you just left. The reason that you keep getting these same type of men is because you're not being very intentional. And you're not being very, and here's the other thing, the universe will send you what you want, and then assume that, if you take it, that's what you want, and they won't give you anything else. So be very intentional about what you want, and if something comes in your face and you don't want it, don't take it. It's as simple as that. I mean, it's simple. But yeah, that's what intent is. Intent is true. Intent is from your heart, and you put that energy behind it, and no one can stop you. And that's all I want to say. So remember, June 24th till September, I guess, let's see, maybe 9th, I was on stage with E.T. That was the phase. I didn't put a date behind it, so I need to start putting dates behind it. Like I said, I'm going to get much more specific. So that's all I want to say. I hope you guys have a good day. Put some intent out there. Don't forget to write down 3 or 4 things that you want. Put a date behind them and say exactly what you want, because the universe will deliver as long as you are true with what you want and your intentions are true. And I keep saying true intentions, so remember that. All right, talk to you guys later. Talk to you girls later. Thank you for being here. Remember, I believe and love each and every one of you, and go get it. The intent is the only thing that's stopping you from achieving your dreams, but make sure you actually want it, because if the universe doesn't think you want it, you're not going to get it. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Bye, girls. Bye, everybody.